Philip Morris sweeps both features at Dominion. Lee Pulliam untouchable at South Boston. Connor Hall wins $10,000 at Carteret. This is your race weekend wrap-up on Race22.com. Friday night, August 9th, Kingsport Speedway had twin 35-lap features. 16 cars on the grounds. Cress Van Dyke was your winner in race number 1. Zeke Shell finished second. Nick Williams finished third. Ronnie McCarty finished fourth. And Bryson Dennis rounded out your top 5. NASCAR national title contender Mike Looney ended up finishing 10th in race number 1. Race number 2, it was Cress Van Dyke racing to the front and capturing the checker flag.
Yeah, man, it's just fortunate to have a good car like we had tonight. I don't know if this must be Kingsport. I can't go to Motor Mall and win nothing, seems like, but I come down here and run pretty good. But, just guys done a good job. They worked their asses off. We weren't going to come down here until yesterday about 12 o'clock, decided to get everything together. But, we figured we'd come down and pitch in on everything and try to make a good race out of it. We're off up there, so we're going to come down here as much as possible when they're off. So it's a good place to come. I love this place. Great fans, great racers. It's just a good place to come. It's always full action.
Bryson Dennis finished second. Ronnie McCarty finished third. Wayne Hale finished fourth. And Chase Dixon rounded out your top 5. Mike Looney did not start in race number 2. Southside Speedway 40-lap feature. 10 cars on the grounds. Eddie Johnson was your winner. Andrew Dean finished second. Mason Bailey finished third. G.R. Waldrop finished fourth. And Michael Sutphin finished fifth. The 602 Modified Tour invaded Wake County Speedway. 50-lap feature for those modifieds. Alex Fleming captured the pole time with a 13.358 seconds around that tight little bull ring. In the race, Alex Fleming was first to the stripe. Unfortunately, Alex failed post-race inspection. Robbie Brewer was your winner. Bobby Meismer finished second, and Jody Utt rounded out your top 3. Saturday night, August 10th, the Southeast Super Truck Series invaded Anderson Motor Speedway for some Saturday night action. Super Trucks raced 75 laps, had 15 trucks on the grounds. Ralph Carnes was first to the stripe, but did not pass post-race inspection, so Kenneth Hedden is your winner. Taylor Hosford finished second. Ed Surratt finished third. Tanner Carter finished fourth, and Clint King rounded out your top 5. In the Southeast Super Trucks Limited Late Model Division, 50-lap feature, 6 cars on the grounds. Lee Tissett victorious once again. Ralph Carnes finished second. Josh Goebel rounded out your top 3. Bowman Gray Stadium Saturday night, Brandon Ward and Jonathan Brown split twin 50-lap features for the Mighty Modifieds. Tiger Tommy Neal and Slugger Amber Lynn split twin 20-lap features for the Sportsman cars. Carteret County Speedway, $10,000 to win limited late model 150-lap feature, 16 cars on the grounds. Connor Hall was your winner. Tim Allensworth finished second. Brandon Clements finished third. Tyler Horn fourth. And TJ Barron rounded out your top 5. After the race, Connor Hall always happy to reach Victor Lane, but thankful this one is finally over.
I'm just glad it's over. I mean, I would like to think the Hampton Heat was the longest race of my life, but I've never had one where we've had to fix the track and do a rain delay in one race. But as much as I wanted them to just call it and make it easy on me, I'm glad we stuck it out, and I'm glad Carteret County stuck it out. I give them credit. They really got it done. I thought the patch was going to end the race, but did a good job, and I ran over it every lap. So, I mean, it held up. Congrats to them on getting it in. And my guy Allensworth in the 21, I missed a shift on a restart after we've been sitting for that patch. I guess I just kind of got out of the rhythm, and luckily we weren't wrecked. I mean, I gotta thank Tyler Horn for pedaling it for me, and but we did run a good race, and like I'm just saying, I'm proud of all my guys. We stuck through it, and it was fun. I mean, the brakes didn't really do anything to me car-wise, thankfully, because Carteret understood that we did need to reset air pressures. But so I thank them for letting that happen. And other than that, the night definitely helped this car, and I was saving during the day just because I knew it was going to be more abusive, but I was still just a little free, so I was kind of panicking in the back of my head, like, I don't know what the other guys are doing. But as soon as the sun went down and I saw some colder weather come in, I knew it was going to be game on. So
Dominion Raceway, twin 60-lap features for 16 cars in the pits. Race number 1, Philip Morris was your winner. Doug Barnes finished second. Tyler Hughes finished third. Jeff Oakley fourth. And Trent Barnes rounded out the top 5. Following race number 1, Philip admits he had a little help from lap traffic.
Yeah, I got a little lucky. I had a lap car kind of pushing to the outside, which got me within a foot of his spoiler, and packing that air against that forward spoiler, that was pretty rough on him. And never had to touch him, but I bet he would say otherwise. The guy ran his butt off. He deserved to win, and I just stayed right there and had faith. Heart feels good, man. Feels like 25 years old again, and this is what it's all about right here, just getting up on it.
Race number 2, Philip Morris again in victory lane. Tyler Hughes finished second. Alex Brox finished third. Mike Gano finished fourth. Doug Barnes rounded out your top 5. After race number 2, Philip Morris admitted both victories were not easy, had to earn both races.
You got to scratch for every inch that you're going to get, and it doesn't matter if you're a guy trying to race for a national championship, because these guys are hungry to win. I mean, you saw they're willing to risk it all out there, and I tried not to get into none of that. It's just so hard. It's so tight, so hard, and so fast. It's like a little Bristol here, and you carry so much corner speed in there, and guys will just kind of sweep over in front of you. It's crazy, and closing rate is so fast here. Just a great racetrack, fun to race at, but it can always go the wrong way.
Hickory Motor Speedway twin 40-lap feature, 16 cars in the pits. Gage Painter and Ryan Repko wowed the crowd with a photo finish. Gage Painter finished first, Ryan Repko finished second. Chris Husbut finished third, Thomas Bean finished fourth, Cole Glasson rounded out your top 5 in race number 1. In race number 2, it was nearly a photo finish. Chris Husbut nipped the stripe just before Thomas Bean finished in second. Bradley McCaskill finished third. Annabeth Barnes-Crum finished fourth. Cole Glasson rounded out your top 5 in race number 2. Myrtle Beach Speedway twin 40s were on the schedule. 23 late model stock cars in the pits at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Race number 1, it was Sam Yarborough with the victory. Will Burns finished second. Tommy Lemons finished third. Jeremy McDowell finished fourth. Justin Milliken rounded out your top 5. Race number 2 only completed 5 laps or so before the rains came and washed out the rest of the race. Orange County Speedway twin 35-lap features had 8 late models in the pits. Taylor Gray victorious in race number 1. Barry Beggerly Jr. finished second. Darrell Carver finished third. Chuck Lawson finished fourth. And Jerry Hensley rounded out your top 5 in race number 1. Race number 2, it was Chuck Lawson finishing first. Taylor Gray finished second. Darrell Carver finished third. Barry Beggerly Jr. finished fourth. Tracy Chambers rounded out the top 5 in race number 2. South Boston Speedway twin 75-lap features, 16 cars on the grounds. Race number 1, Lee Pulliam started P1, and that's exactly where he'd finish. Peyton Sellers finished in second. In that new chassis painted black, finished second. Austin Thaxton finished third. Jeb Burton in Peyton Sellers' normal white 26 machine finished fourth. Daniel Silvestri rounded out your top 5. Following race number 1, Lee Pulliam talked about racing close with Peyton Sellers.
His car would fire off maybe just as good or a little bit better than mine, but after about 4 or 5 laps, my car really started coming around and would run well. So I'm glad that he raced with me with respect this time. I mean, I was disappointed for sure at the Hampton Heat because I felt like I used up a little bit, but tonight he could have sent me and he didn't, so I do appreciate him racing with me with respect for tonight.
Peyton says he needs to keep working on that new chassis and needs changes before race number 2.
Yeah, we just didn't have enough tonight. We missed it a little bit. That's just the way it goes. So we got to be a little better. We got to get this thing tightened up a little bit and get a little more drive off, and we'll be fine in the second race.
What kind of adjustments do you think you feel like you need to make?
Yeah, I think we got to make a couple spring changes here. This is the first time I've raced this car here, so I got a better knowledge of what it needs right now.
Race number 2, it was Lee Pulliam again, reaching victory lane. Peyton Sellers, after switching cars to the white number 26, he finished second in that car. Austin Thaxton finished third. Thomas Scott fourth, and Jeb Burton in the black number 26, that was number 16 for second race, finished fifth. After the race, in victory lane, Lee Pulliam says he feels like he is finally back to true form.
Yeah, I felt like we really hit on it about the 200 lapper here in June and really started to improve the program. And that night we were really good. We didn't win the race, but Late caution got us, but we stretched some. We lost another race or so to Peyton there, and then we kind of tuned on it some more and got it better. And we was really good at the Hampton Heat, and got wrecked there with a couple to go, and come back to South Boston, on fire. So I can't thank everybody enough for sticking behind me and pushing me to be the best I can be. And nights like tonight's that's why we do this. It's a lot of fun.
Peyton Sellers talked about why the decision was made to switch cars.
I didn't really want to. The black car was handling a little better for sure, but the white car, the motor was running cool, and the black car just run 250 the whole first race. We ended up bleeding it out, got a bunch of air out of it, but I just couldn't risk a chance that it hurt it. We got a lot on the line right now for track points and national points and everything else. So just glad, very, very glad and thankful that we rebounded to second with that car. I didn't practice it today, didn't do anything with it. Jeb drove it, and he said it was pretty solid, but it was way too loose to get up there and run with Lee. He was just better on the throttle than we were tonight.
Well, that's it for this episode of Race Weekend Wrap-Up on Race22.com. Until next week, we'll see you at the races.